I'm really excited to introduce you to my beautiful model named Belle. I'm really excited to get her back into my makeup chair. She's just absolutely stunning. We wanted to create a look that had fresh summer skin with also a pop of color on those eyes to really make them pop. So I hope you like it. If you would just do me a favor and like and comment below and subscribe, that'd be awesome. So yeah, if you want to see how I created this look, keep watching. So I'm gonna start off with using Micellar Cleansing Water by Garnier, just to get anything off the face. Use Ultra Facial Moisturizer by KIEHL'S. Sorry, my hands are cold. That's okay. I guess it feels good on this humid day. And with the lotion, you really want to push it into the skin and kind of give yourself a little massage. Don't be afraid to bring it down the neck a little bit. And then under the eyes, I'm using BOBBI BROWN's Hydrating Eye Cream. I always like using an eye cream. Do you use an eye cream?
Well, I don't always use makeup, so...
Well, you don't need it. You're just freaking gorgeous.
Thank you.
You're welcome. I don't know, I tend to use an eye cream because my under eyes are a little bit dry. This is my favorite step. This is Mario Rose Water, and this is going to kind of lock in the moisture. Close your eyes. It smells good, doesn't it? Okay, now we're gonna go with primer. This is the Master Primer, Blur, and Illuminate by Maybelline. And this is nice to kind of smooth out any rough surfaces on the skin, but also illuminate the skin. And you always want your skin to be nice and fresh in the summertime. And I always like using my fingers for lotions and primers because it just kind of melts the products into the skin. It's actually really good. Perfect. This is Makeup Forever Y445. Since I'm doing a smoky-ish eye, I'm going to do the eyes first, and I'm going to go in with my foundation. Since I am doing the eyes first, I don't want, when I put the foundation on, I don't want to mess up the eyes. So I'm putting that foundation all over where I'm going to be putting that shadow. To set that eye before I go in with my shadows, I'm just going to set it with an RCMA no color setting powder, and this will allow the shadows to blend. I'm going to first go in with Latte by GEEK, and I'm using the Morphe M502 fluffy brush. I'm just going to blend that right into the crease. Look, open your eyes, but look down. I'm just going right back and forth in that crease, and once most of the product's off, then just start kind of flicking it out the outer edge. Alright, now with a smaller pointed brush, it's all rubbed off. It's Smashbox, that's all I know. And I'm using Americano, and it's just kind of a deep purpley brownish shade. And I'm going to put that again right into that crease, a little bit under that shade we just did. I really like the shape of this brush because it can get right in that crease. I'm just taking that same Americano shade and just sweeping that underneath the eye and blending it out. Okay. Using the Naked One palette, I'm going to go in with this Dark Horse deep brown shade. It has some just kind of bronzy undertones in it, which is what we're going for. And I'm using a Sephora, just a blending shadow brush. And just bring that right up to that brown shadow, but not above it. Using the Kylie Jenner palette, I'm going to use this bronzy shade and go over top all of that. I'm using this Grandstand shade from Makeup Geek. And I'm just going to pop that right in the center of the eye. With foiled shadows, it's better to put it on with your finger because it has a better color payoff. With Maybelline Eye Studio in Blackest Black, I'm going to line her waterline, top and bottom. And doing this will kind of create, look out, a thicker lash line. Make your lashes look thicker. You don't want any gaps, look forward, showing with your lashes and your lid. Close. I'm just gonna put a little bit of that same black as close to the lash line as possible. Just to define a little bit and then just kind of buff it out. I'm putting that line, look up, in the water line. And then on the outer corner, I'm bringing it a little bit right in between those lashes. And then I'll smoke it out. What's nice about this paint pot is you can blend it and it will stay on the water line, like it won't go anywhere. Then with a black shadow, I'm using Corrupt by Makeup Geek and my Sigma F20 and just buffing out that line you just put on just to soften it. Again, smudge out that bottom lash line. A lot of people, I feel like, are afraid of shadows underneath the eyes, but it just creates such a pretty effect and opens up those eyes so much more. With the Americano, using my shading brush by Real Techniques, look up, I'm just blending that out underneath. I'm gonna go back in with my blending brush just to finish off and just make sure everything is blended. All right, now to the foundation, again using the Y445 and just kind of pushing that into the skin first with my fingers and then going in with my damp beauty blender and pushing it into the skin. I just find like there's nothing like a beauty blender. It just makes everything so seamless. If you have any trouble areas, just place the foundation a little bit extra there. Don't go crazy all over your face. Just put extra where you need it, and if you need to conceal, you can always spot conceal. Like this way a little bit. Make sure it's also a little bit on your ears, down your neck. So I really take my time with this part, really pushing it into the skin. The more layers and light layers each time, and really pushing each layer into the skin is key to making it last. Okay. I'm gonna brighten her under eyes and conceal a little bit. I'm using Ultra HD Makeup Forever concealer in shade Y33. Before I go and blend it out, I'm going to kind of fan out the edges and in closer to where the shadows are so we don't mess up anything there. And then go in with your beauty blender. And I like to use the concealer to kind of sharpen off this.
I think the only thing I know that we're doing is having Bible study.
Yeah? With your family or?
With my family. We do it every Wednesday now.
Oh, I love that. That's awesome. Do you like do a certain devotional or?
Well, we do have a devotional, and we also have the Bible app on our phones.
Mm-hmm.
And
Love the Bible app. It's so good.
We're reading Proverbs, so
yeah. I'm taking that highlighter and doing the center of the face, down the center of my nose, my nose, and her chin, and a little bit around the center of her face on her Cupid's bow. And I'm putting it down the center of her nose and gonna let that sit for a little bit before I blend that out. Okay, I'm taking this contour stick. I got this in my Etsy bag. I have no idea what it is, but I like it. We're gonna go from the top of her ear right down, make a kissy face. See that hollow? We're gonna go right along that kissy face. Right And I'm using, to blend that out, my e.l.f. small stipple brush. This was probably like $1. It's so good. And I'm just kind of blending that up. Because you're contouring, so you don't want to blend it down, you want to blend that up. I'm bringing that a little bit into the temples. And then going back with my beauty blender. And I kind of just roll it up. I'm going to blend that nose out before it gets too dry.
I always feel like I can always see my cheekbones so much more.
I know, right? You got good ones. Taking a little bit on the outside. She has a smaller, cute little small forehead. So I'm just gonna do a little bit, not too much. And take that same contour stick and just bringing it right down the nose. And a little bit on the tip. Shorten it a little bit. Be like Kim K. And I brush that kind of towards the outside. And beauty blender.
How much do you spend on makeup?
Too much. This way, I'm gonna go a little bit down the chin. So we went in a 3, so we put some here, a little bit here, and down the jawline. I'm gonna put a little bit on under her lips. Not that she needs it, she already has a natural palette. Love your lips so much.
Thank you. I think that's my favorite part.
I bet. I wonder why. Okay. Right, to set the under eyes, I'm making sure, look up, making sure everything's blended before I put the powder. Making sure there's no creases. And then with my Charlotte Tilbury airbrush flawless finish in medium, I'm going to use my Real Techniques setting brush and just kind of push that right under the eyes. And then also just in the center of the face a little bit. On kind of the nose, on the forehead. And the rest of the face, I'm going to just lightly tap this powder. And this powder will not only set, but it will help the bronzer go on a lot smoother. Bronzer, I'm using the Hoola by Benefit and using my Sigma F40. I'm going to push that bronzer right into those hollows where we use the cream contour. And I'm pushing instead of rubbing because I don't want to disturb anything I already placed in the face. And then lightly feathering up. Rendezvous by GEEK. I'm just pushing that right on the apples and up her cheekbones. I'm going to take that same blush and I'm just going to pop a little bit of that in her crease with down just to tie everything together. I'm going to pop mascara and lashes on off camera. Okay, I'm using the brow definer in soft brown to do her brows. And then just little feather strokes towards the inner. I'm using BECCA Cosmetics Champagne Pop just to highlight the cheekbones a little bit. And then on the Cupid's bow, a little bit on the nose, bridge of the nose. That same highlight right in the tear ducts, look up. And a little bit right on the brow bone. And to finish off the look, I'm going to do her lips, and I'm going to use this Milani Spice color. Tom Ford in Cocoa Ravish. Rub those in. Using All Nighter setting spray to finish it off. Close your eyes. Just bring some light back into the skin and set all of that.